Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at two races from Daily Race B at Sardegna, the layout A2, so see how we get on. I wasn't confident in qualifying in this, I was really struggling, but I did eventually manage to set a 1:41.9 in the Lamborghini, but I didn't fancy using that for the race. I did a bit of practice in the Aston Martin, which in Group 3 is probably my go-to car, to be honest, especially when it's a power circuit like this. You know, it's the one I feel most confident driving, so we're going to give it a go. I was unsure how this was going to go, but you see there, we're starting in second place in an all B rated lobby, so I'm probably not the only one that was struggling here, and I'm not surprised, to be honest. But I was trying to learn the track, but I was really struggling with a few of the corners. And there is a few very awkward corners on this track to get right, and there's a few corners where you can lose a lot of time without really making a mistake. So we'll see how this first race goes, because the French guys are a lot quicker in front. So, but to be honest, this was the first race I did at this combo, so to be honest, I was not too bothered about him running away in front. I was more bothered about me just keeping it clean and getting the laps in and not making any mistakes, really. So we'll see how we can do. See there, got through the first couple of corners, and it looks like they're already battling a little bit behind, so we're starting to pull away. Yeah, already managing to form a gap to the cars behind, which is good, but we're also starting to have a gap to the Lambo in front as well. So this corner I was finding a bit awkward, very easy to lose a lot of time from understeer on that one, so I was trying to get it right to the inside and accelerate out as soon as you can, but if you go too early you hit that wall on the outside. And then here as well was very easy to understeer off there. But I think we've got more time in the bank if we can, but I'm not sure whether we'll actually manage to improve it, because it's putting the good lap together. But as I said, I was trying to be nice and consistent in this, not worry about being as fast as possible, just worrying about doing clean consecutive laps and not making any mistakes. And I learned from doing these races that, to be honest, that's probably the best way, because it looks like there could be a little bit of action in this. But as you see there, the car from behind was not expecting that at all, so didn't notice it on the radar. He had a dive from quite a long way back. I think he just maybe outbraked himself, so then last minute decided to go for the move, but you know, no harm. Don't think there was anything naughty in that, so we'll continue on with the race here. See, Mauser just wasn't expecting it, just I think he just outbraked himself a little bit, or I braked a little earlier than he expected maybe, and he just tried to go for it but wasn't expecting it at all. But you see there, the guy in front's made a mistake and gone off, so that promotes us to first place there. So we'll just have a look at what happened to him here. A little twitchy there, seems fine. Let's see there, he just touches the grass next to the bollard there. The tiniest strip of grass, but in the Lambo that's the problem. With one tiny little error and the Lambo can really bite you for it, so that's why personally I didn't want to use it in the race. But it was the car that I managed to set my fastest time with. But we'll fast forward through here, because we're a little bit stuck on our own at the front here, which is a good thing really. As I said, this was the first race I did here, so I was just trying to see how it would go more than anything, and I wasn't expecting too much, so it's going a massive amount better than I expected. So, but I'd love you guys to let me know in the comments below, do you prefer this they've done in the last few videos, this fast forwarding through, or do you prefer the just skipping out to the next bit of action? Or You know, just let me know what you think's the best, and I'll look into doing either. So I think I kind of like this fast forwarding through, because then at least you can see what's going on. And I know on YouTube you can speed up and slow down videos, so maybe if you did want to watch it you could slow it down, so you know, but you can still see whether I make any mistakes or what. So as we come through here for the final lap, we'll just slow it back down for this final lap, get it back to normal speed. So this final lap here, I was seeing I was 1.5 seconds ahead, and you see I sort of messed up the first corner a little bit there. But because I didn't have huge confidence coming into this race, and I've not made a mistake yet, so I was 1.5 seconds in the lead. So this last lap I was really thinking, let's just keep it clean, not try and be fast. We've got 1.5 seconds in hand to the car behind, so let's keep it clean, no mistakes, and let's get it to the end and get a first place, which would be great for our first race here when we weren't very confident. So you see, just brake a little bit awkward into there. This was one of the worst corners I was finding. That braking on that left kink just before the right was very easy to lose the car, or brake way too early or brake way too late, so I was really struggling there. And I think when I set my fastest lap, that was where I gained a lot of time on the laps I'd done previously, I think. You see, so the cars behind I've gained a bit, but you know, not much of the lap left to go now, just the last sector, so we're just trying to keep it nice and clean, probably braking a little bit earlier than we normally would, just to make sure we don't make an error. Just feathering the throttle nicely through there, because don't want to mess it up on the last few corners, because we've still got nearly a second in hand, so plenty of time. So just taking it nice and slow, making sure we bring the car home for the win, because I did see as well, if you look there, that French guy that was in first has done a 1:41.5, so I did notice part way around the lap there's no way we're getting past this lap, so there's no need to push, nothing to push for, so just make sure we keep that first place, and we have by 1 second. So I was very happy with that first race, clean race as well, so very happy with that. So we'll just move on to this next race now that we did. And as you see here, much tougher lobby this one, starting down in 8th position, I think it was, yep, starting down in 8th. So slightly different race here in the middle of the field, so imagine we're going to have to avoid a bit of action. So again, I think the order of the day, keep it clean, keep it smooth, stay out of the action, and hopefully pick off a few places from mistakes, but we'll see how we do. Here we go here, I'm expecting to catch the Porsche because the Aston Martin is a faster car, but probably not worth it on the first corner going for anything, so just ease off, make sure I stay behind and get a good run through the corner. Don't want to do anything silly early on, but maybe brake a little bit late if it's the first corner, but luckily he's to the inside, so I'm round the outside of him. You see there, he just gives me no space at all, just pushes me wide, but to be honest that's to be expected really. I don't think a move on the outside of that corner is really on. You can see there, just make a silly mistake, hit that barrier there. You can see other people have problems up ahead, so we're in a bit of a group now. Brake just give him the tiniest tap, but then I get a much bigger tap from behind. But luckily all fine, we keep that position. So we'll just go back and look at those two little incidents. So as you see from this one here, I think I'm fully around the outside here, and I don't think there's anything in it, it's just squeezing me wide. It does make contact, but not a lot in it, and you shall see we'd had a good race with that Italian later on. And again here, this Swiss White Cross Willie, he just gives me just outbrakes himself, I think, with the big group. It was like a car park there, but shout out to him, because to be honest, he let me keep the place. And to be honest, in this, I think I did 5 or 6 races when I recorded these 2 races, and in one of them I did the exact same thing to him. So you know, it does happen, we all make mistakes, and I have raced him a few times and he's always raced clean with me, so shout out to him for that. But we carry on here. As you saw, someone had gone off, so we've been promoted to 7th, and someone's got a penalty there. It's the Italian in the Porsche, so we go past him up into 6th. So coming to the end of lap 1, and we've gained 2 positions. So been a good first lap really. 2 little bits of contact, but nothing much, nothing naughty. Don't think anyone meant anything by it. Just good racing really. So nice to see. So starting the second lap now in 6th. So good start to the race. But we'll see if we can catch up and put a bit of pressure on this Lando Norris up front. Presumably he's a Lando Norris fan there with that name. And he is in the R8, which can be a little bit of a handful, a bit like the Lambo really. I find it very similar to the Lambo, but not quite as twitchy. And as you see there, he does just touch the grass on the outside, and the back end of the car just flies out. We come through there and take out the cone that's flying across the track. So now we're going to want to see if we can catch up to the car in front and pull away from the car behind, but the car behind has got the slipstream, but we have not got the slipstream for the car in front, so expecting to come under a little pressure here. So luckily at the moment it's still a bit far back. We're trying to get a good exit out of this right-hander, which we do manage to do. Keeping far enough behind that I feel I can keep to the racing line. As you can see, I think the car in front is slightly faster than me. He's starting to pull away a little bit, so we might have a fight on with this Italian from the first lap. He started just in front of us, so could have a bit of a battle on our hands here with him, holding him off. As you see now, he's right in the slipstream. He's got a good run, so we've got no slipstream, so I'm going to go right to the inside to let him know that, look, I'm going to defend the inside for the corner. But he pulls back to the outside, so letting me know that he's not going to go for a move, which is sensible, but we're a bit slow through there. So we give him the outside, because as we saw, it's very hard to go around the outside of this, and I think that if you look on the radar, he tried to switch back, I think, but we block the apex off and stop him doing that, so we keep that position for now. We come through there, and as you see in the mirror, he just runs wide onto that grass. So that gives us a bit of breathing space, and now can we try and close down the South African. So we are going to speed through this to see what we can do, because we're in a bit of no man's land again now. But it's very easy to make that mistake that the Italian did in the Porsche. Especially when you're right up behind someone like that, it's so easy to miss your turning point for that corner. And it is an awkward one, because you basically aim the car for the barrier, and you've got to literally, to get the fastest lap, literally just miss the barrier and allow the understeer to take it wide, but not wide enough to hit the barrier on the outside. So we'll skip ahead to the final lap here. So just rejoining at the final lap. A little bit wide on that second corner there. And as you see here, we're going to make the same mistake. So you just turn in too late. So we have to stay off the power, try and keep it out the wall onto the grass. So that allows, we're not going to catch the car in front at all now, and the car behind has caught us up because it slowed us all the way down there, and then it's messed our braking up for this corner. So as you see there, it's right up behind us now in the slipstream again. So we're going to have to defend for half a lap here to keep this 5th position. Again, trying to keep it nice and smooth, try and get the run out of here, but as you see, we've just got a little deep, do get it back to the corner, but don't get the greatest exit, so it's going to be right up on us. So I go to the inside to show I'm going to defend. Brake, just about keep it within a car width for the apex to stop him getting the cutback. Nearly outbroke myself there, but keep it on the racing line. As you see there, not many opportunities left, so he goes for the move, and he just runs a little bit wide, trying to get a better exit than me. So now we're just trying to make sure we get a good exit out the last corner, but you see the car ahead's got a penalty, so Unfortunately, I think without that mistake, we could have maybe gained to within a second of the car in front without making that error, and we might have had a 4th place, but 5th place from 8th on a track I wasn't too confident at. I'd take that very well, and shout out to the Italian for the good racing, and shout out to the Swiss for letting me keep that position. But that's it for this video, guys. So if you've enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.